Programmers, is that how we say it?
So we're supposed to be looking at that.
Mom, so we just finished airing the 6th episode of the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club Beyond the Ropes podcast on YouTube. So hi everybody, good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Forsha Hawkins, one of the brand ambassadors of the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club movement, also sister of the founder, Pamela Robinson, and I am sitting here with my mother, Phyllis Pelt, mom of the movement. Hi, Mommy. Hi.
I'm glad to be here watching the podcast mystery evolve, where you're getting to know, where everyone has the opportunity to get to know some of the key players in the movement, and you are certainly one of them.
Thank you. So, do you have any questions for me, or are there any questions out there in YouTube or Instagram or Facebook land that anyone would like for me or my mother to address?
Yes.
Oh,
there is a question.
Stephanie A. Roberts.
Yes.
Hey.
So during the podcast, we noticed that you were extremely busy with life, juggling.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give to a woman who is juggling multiple jobs to take some time for herself?
Very good question, Stephanie. Thank you for asking that. That can be very, very challenging, especially depending on what your other life circumstances are. I myself, I am married. I have a husband, but I do not have any children. So I do not have that very key and primary responsibility that a lot of women have. So that is one difference between me and my life, but I think I make up for it with being busy with other things. But certainly still, it is important, no matter what you may, even if you don't have children, you may have elderly parents, you may be a caregiver, you may be very active in your church or other social or even just business organizations. And if you have a significant other, whether it be a spouse or not, or just family members in general, there's so many things that life can, just kind of pull at us. But as women, we really need to be very careful. People in general, but women in particular, because we are nurturers by nature. We are usually the ones that are in the caregiver roles for a lot of things. It's just really important that you have to prioritize yourself. You can go to the point where you're taking care of other people so much that you literally neglect yourself and run yourself into the ground. If you can only take an hour once a week, start there. That's what you need to do. Put it on your calendar if that's how you operate. But you need to say, I love myself enough, I'm important to myself enough that I'm going to take 1 hour out of a whole 24 hours times 7 in a week, that you should be able to do that. And that's a start. And if you're 40 and over, and you want to take that 1 hour to come play with us at 40 Plus Double Dutch Club, that's great. If not, find something else that makes you happy. Something that is just for you. Something where you can literally just woosah and just decompress and just disconnect from everything else that does not have to do with just you and whatever you want to do. That is your 1 hour per week minimum to be selfish about yourself.
And one of the things that I'd like to add to what you're saying is that you don't have to punch in. So it's not like a job. Even though the time that the meetup may start might be 9, it'll be 9 to 11. If you pop in at 9:30 or 9:45, nobody's going to say anything. They're going to be glad to see you. You'll be able to do your warm up on your own. You'll still be welcome. There'll still be lots of things that you can do during that time. Some people come just near the end because they want to be part of the vibe, or they want to be part of the prayer and praise circle, because we're a faith-based organization. So those are some of the perks of being able to just start with giving yourself some time.
Very good point.
Very good. Very good. Any other questions in the room?
Yes, hi, Forsha.
Hey, Chantel.
All right, so how was your relationship with your sisters growing up? Were you very close, or did you did your thing, Pam did her thing? Well, I know Paula did her thing. So what about you and Pam's relationship as far as being, close relationship since you're 1 year apart?
14 months.
14 months.
Yeah, we actually were a very close-knit family. Just the five of us, three girls, and then my mother and my father. Again, like I said in the podcast earlier, we grew up in Bellwood. The majority of my childhood, well, yeah, since I was 5, I grew up in Bellwood with my 2 sisters. So yeah, Pamela and I have always been very close. We're pretty much best friends, even though we drive each other crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much how we are. And then Paula, again, she's 5 and 6 years younger than us, respectively. And Paula was a little bit of an introvert and a bookworm, and she got away with murder as far as she never had to wash her dishes growing up. She claimed she had eczema. But anyway, the dishwasher did something, the dish soap did something to her hands. But anyway, so she didn't have to do any chores. But anyway, I digress. So no, we were still all very close. And even as we got older, we've remained close. Pammy is the middle child, obviously. And she is literally like the glue. Like, she is an early bird. She gets up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning is late for her. And every morning she wants to talk to our whole family. Me, Paula, my mother, and my father, and her 3 children as well. She wants to talk to us for sure every single day. Now, sometimes I'm not in the mood to talk at 6, 7. A lot of times I'm not. 6, 7, 8 in the morning. But we talk every single day pretty much. If we don't talk for a day or 2, it's unusual. And pretty much our whole family is very connected in that way. If we're not talking to each other, we're seeing each other. And now with the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club movement, we see each other even more often. We're either at a meetup, we're here, like at the podcast. Like, I'm looking at my niece Jordan here. My mother's right here. Paula, I'm not sure where she is right now. She could have been here. Where you at, Paula? Anyway, Pammy would have been here, but she is off doing Double Dutch stuff with one of our other members. She was at a health and wellness gala last night in Philadelphia. So her and Katrina, our co-founder, are traveling. Otherwise, Pamela would have been here. So just like I said, we and my father, of course, see him a lot too. But yeah, we're very close, and we've remained close throughout the years. And so now we just have a whole lot more sisters in addition to the 2. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So
Hi,
since
Keela.
you recently got married, it's been, 2 years now?
3
3
in
God,
July. Yes, we got married in the middle of the pandemic.
Time is flying.
Hi, Clarence.
So, with having a new husband, has it really changed your interaction with Double Dutch, or how does he fit in?
So, well, first of all, he doesn't fit in because this is a women's moment, but that's okay. I get that. But yeah, as far as when we first started dating, why are you looking at her? Why are you laughing? Oh, I'm looking at Stephanie laugh. Sorry, guys, you can't see that. So Clarence and I started dating in 2019, and that's when, before the Val Warner show, the Val Warner and Ryan, I can never say your last name, Ryan, sorry. Cheverini. Windy City Live segment went on. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So basically, we started dating around that time, and I think I lost my train of thought. Oh, Keela.
I see. So I'm just asking, how does he fit into
Oh,
everything
excuse
overall?
me. Okay,
And
so
that's what I
overall,
know.
he vibes with it very well. But I was not as involved back in 2019. It has definitely grown by leaps and bounds. It's now 2023, 4 years later, and so he has made comments like, "Wow, you really do a lot of stuff for Double Dutch." But he knows all of the brand ambassadors, and he sees us a lot together doing our different activities. And like I said, I'm at least going to be at Double Dutch at least twice a week. And then I have a lot of things going on in the background with Double Dutch, even when I'm home during the evenings and on the weekends. So, yes, he definitely, he loves 40 Plus Double Dutch Club. There was a point when some of the sisters in another state really helped me with the health challenge that I had when I was out of state in 2021. And he really felt the love then, like, honestly, because he was in Chicagoland and I was in Arizona, and my Double Dutch Club sisters, Pammy was there too, and some of you all, some of the brand ambassadors. We were all together at a trip visiting one of our Phoenix sub clubs, And I basically had to go to the emergency room. It was a whole thing. Had to have emergency surgery, and my Double Dutch Club sisters were there for me. Some of them I didn't even know, opening up their house to me and offering this, and picking Clarence up from the airport because he had to fly in to be with me while I was going through that challenge. So yes, he definitely appreciates the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club, and we have definitely benefited in more ways than one. Thank you, Okila.
You're welcome.
Someone asked, Yvette asked, Forsha, who taught you how to jump double dutch?
That's a good question. When I was talking earlier, I was saying I don't remember what age I was, but my mother could jump double dutch really good back in the day. And I think she and my Aunt Coco taught me. I really, between her, my Aunt Coco, and my other aunt, which is her youngest sister, Aunt Dee Dee, I think those were my aunts.
She was your babysitter, so
Right.
yeah, she helped.
So, and I don't really remember, like I said, it's been so long, but I think after church, we used to go to her mother, my grandparents' house all the time after church on Sundays, and I think they taught us how to jump double dutch when we were spending time.
And your grandmother was the master jack player, and she
Yes.
helped you learn how to play jacks.
Yes. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think my mother and my aunties taught me how to play double dutch.
I have another question. This is from Swan.
Hey,
She
Swan.
said, good question, Okila. Married women, how do you balance 40 plus DDC and husband and kids? So, you guys already kind of explained that, but balancing it, I think you guys should talk about you guys going on double dates and when you guys do bring the guys in for like birthdays and stuff. So talk kind of that's a good time.
Yeah, there's certain, like we said, Double Dutch, 40 Plus Double Dutch Club is really to reconnect with ourselves and with our sisters, our other women, friends within the movement. So there are occasions like, where do we go all together? Give me an idea.
Into the theater to see
Birthday
Earth, Wind, and
celebration.
Fire.
Okay, yes. Recently, for my parents, actually, both of their birthdays in April, we bought tickets to go to Earth, Wind, and Fire at the Black Ensemble Theater here in Chicagoland, and it was really good. And we invited some of our other Double Dutch Club sisters and their significant others or children if they wanted to bring them along. So we do some family outings because, again, we're sisters. We're sisterhoods. We've gone to comedy clubs together. We've gone out to eat together. Different people, if they're having birthday celebrations, proms, we're always supporting. So many of our sisters have children or even grandchildren that are going through proms, 8th grade dances, graduations, everything. So we definitely, it's a whole support system for the family as a whole. So even when we're not going to just our quote unquote 40 plus Double Dutch Club official activities, we still get together with our sisters and extended family.
And I think the other thing too is we make a point of sharing what you do at the meetup since they can't come. And you all take turns of taking pictures of what you're doing on your phone so that when you get home, you can say, oh, wow, I jumped all the way through the whole jingle today. You know, when I first started, I only jumped through the first line. And you can show that to your loved one as well as post it. So those are some of the other ways that people get to see what activities you're enjoying and why you're coming home with such a big smile on your face.
Yes. Always lots of fun.
My mom and Pam and Katrina are watching from the plane right now,
Oh,
and they
okay.
said our cousin Lynn taught us how to jump, but mommy helped. So
Thank you, Lynn. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
Tammy says I don't remember a lot from Double Dutch. Yeah, Lynn, she did actually. I do vaguely remember that now, but I also remember about cousin Lynn is that she could always dance really well. She never could teach me how to dance though. But thanks for teaching me how to jump Double Dutch, Lynn. I still don't know how to do that. That's a project.
So I do have another question. So your sister Pamela, your younger sister Pamela, she is a speed jumper. So growing up, who was the turners for her speed jumping? Because she seems to think she's the best turner in the world. But somebody had to be turning for her. Who were those people?
Well, you must remember, we are 40 plus now. Back then, we were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we jumped until 14. We had all kind of energy. We were young. We had little, strong little muscles and stuff. But one of the main people that we, I don't know if any of them are watching, but that we jumped with were Connie and Krista Wyatt, Janice Bassett, her really two good friends, San and Niecy, are neighbors on the block. So those were some of the ones that turned for Pammy in particular. Those some of the main people that we jumped with all the time. So, but yeah, we were much younger. We could do it. Just like we said right now in the jingle, we get tired faster. You know, we used to be able to jump all day. We get tired faster, but that's okay. We can't play all day like we used to, but we still get out there and try.
Listening to her.
And listen to our bodies.
Listen to your body.
So Niecy has been around the longest. That's one of the people that Pam helped raise, I hear.
Oh,
Tell us
so
about
yeah,
this.
Pammy
Tell us
has
about
this
that.
thing about this age thing. So Niecy Denise, our operations manager, yes, she was our little next door neighbor. When we grew up in Bellwood, we've known her since she was 2. And Pammy, I believe, is just 2 years older than her. So I'm not sure how she thinks she raised anybody. But hey, whatever. She says she raised Niecy and she taught her everything she knows. So we'll give Pammy that. But you take that with what you will. She was 2 years older than her. So.
Swan said, Pam, I just found out that Forsha's only 14 months.
What are you saying, Swan? I look much older? What are you trying to say? But
Pam
yeah,
always says much older.
Yeah, she will try to fool you.
Niecy chimed in and said she is not co-signing to being raised by a 4-year-old. Also.
So I know during the podcast you talked about your academic endeavors and that you were a very focused and mature scholar. Talk to the viewers a little bit about your high school experience. Were you in sports, cheerleading? Talk a little bit about that.
So high school, I was a Pantherette. I went to Proviso West High School, so I was a pom-pom girl or something. I was not very. I did play softball.
Wait.
And you can
You
dance.
was on Papa?
Yes, I was. I couldn't split or anything. So remember, back then it was.
Everybody makes it.
Yeah. I tried out and I made it. I tried very hard. You know, just like I could do the Tamia dance, I just had to practice it a lot. Just a lot of practice. Stop it, Okila.
I just want to
Yes, I was. So,
They had to integrate the pom-pom.
Okay. Oh, that explains.
So, and then I was involved in softball. I liked to play volleyball, but I didn't play on a team or anything. That was it. I never did like track or basketball or anything like that. I mostly would go home and watch TV when my mother wasn't home. She didn't like us watching a lot of TV, so I've always been a TV addict. So that's been me.
I have a question. Okay, Forsha. Growing up, what would you say was the worst thing you've ever done? Since everybody's doing all the good stuff, let's get into some
Growing up.
Growing up.
So my
one thing-
mother would probably say the worst thing I ever did was total our big Oldsmobile station wagon right before I was supposed to get my driver's
The
license.
next day.
So yeah, I was, you have to have the permit when you're 15 years old and you're driving on the student permit. So I think, like she said, I was going to get my driver's license probably the next day or the day after. And we were driving somewhere in Oak Park, River Forest area, and it was a 4-way intersection, but there was no stop signs. So I was just driving regular, like 30 miles an hour, whatever. Mommy was in the passenger seat. I don't know where we were going, but I was driving straight. And she says to me while we're driving, "Stop." And I said, "Why?" Boom! A car hits me from the left. I'm like, oh, why? Car was totaled. That was the car that had the station wagons that you could sit in the back and look in the back. Man, and they didn't make those anymore after that. So I'm really sorry about that. I didn't get my driver's license for 2 years after that. I was traumatized. So yeah, and my driving record has not been stellar. But don't anybody from Novartis, you didn't hear that. I drive very well now. I actually just got a message from the Secretary of State that I get to renew online because of my safe driving record lately. So very good. But anyway, yeah, I started off kind of rough. So I don't know. Do you have anything worse than that you remember? I don't know if that's qualifies, Tab, but thank you for asking that question.
What's your answer?
I won't bust you out.
I know what you get. Don't say that. I know what don't say that.
The mother of the movement. I will not bust you out.
No, we're not going to do that. Too much.
I won't remember. I won't tell that secret.
But you know what? I do have this question. You said early on in the podcast that in the beginning you felt like because you were Pammy's sister, that was more of your push to support the movement early on. Now that you're really embracing the movement, how do you feel now that you're all in?
So you're right. At the beginning, like I said, Pammy, Paula, and I are very close. So I knew she needed something. Katrina was a lot more Johnny on the spot than I was at first. So I just wanted to support her in whatever way I can, just because it's Pammy. So as long as it's nothing crazy or illegal, which she wouldn't do anything illegal, I'm going to support her. So that was just natural and automatic. But right now, I look forward to getting together with Double Dutch Club. And it's not like, even though there is a lot of work to, with our organization and being in leadership with the organization, it doesn't feel like work. It's just fun. It's good I always look forward to seeing all my brand ambassador sisters, all my 40 plus Double Dutch Club sisters. I look forward to seeing my mother at every time when I go to a meetup. She goes to more meetups than I do. So of course she is retired, but still.
I'm in preferment.
She loves that word, preferment. For anybody who doesn't know what preferment is, it means getting to choose or preferring what you want to do during retirement. She loves that word.
What you want to do and when you want to do it. One of the things that I've noticed about Forsha, when she does pop up at a meetup, and literally, she takes it seriously that you don't have to punch in. She shows up, and sometimes she has on her work clothes, but then she changes in the car or something, because a lot of the brand ambassadors carry their gear with them, so no matter what, they can put it on and represent. But at any rate, I've noticed that she's responded to the challenges of learning how to hula hoop, even though it was a big deal watching her, and it was just really quite entertaining. But
I'm not as smooth as some of the other hula hoopers, but I keep it up.
But she kept a smile on her face, and she persisted. And many, after they saw what she was doing, they were encouraged to try it. They were like, "Whoa, if she can try it with all of that, there's hope for us." So that's one of the things that we like about participating together. That no matter where you are on the scale, there are people that will encourage you and help you to do what you need to do. And we've got, various equipment that you can try out. And I've seen, I love videotaping her, because I'm sure that it gives Clarence a big laugh when he what his wife is doing and how much fun she's having being a child with these childlike activities. It's just really amazing.
Yeah, we do pogo stick, everything. So yeah, it's fun. There's nothing better that I could say about 40 plus Double Dutch Club. So
Great to see those smiles on your face.
Can you tell people how to join?
Absolutely, I can. Thank you, Jordan, for that very good question. So anybody who is looking for any woman 40 years and older who is looking for just a connection and a sisterhood and a great movement, 40 plus Double Dutch Club, we can be found at 40plusdoubledutchclub.org, and that would be the number 40, write out the plus. As soon as you do that, it's going to pop up on any of your social media outlets on the internet. So we're not hard to find at all. We're right at the top of most pages. So please check us out, 40plusdoubledutchclub.org. As you know, we have the YouTube podcast. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. But the website is a really good way to just start checking us out from behind the scenes. It's really laid out very well. Again, my niece is our marketing expert extraordinaire, and she has laid it out very friendly. She knows that we are 40 and over, so she's made it very simple for some people that may not be as tech savvy.
We call it user friendly.
User friendly for those people who have not, who are not as tech savvy. But yeah, it's a really easy website to get along with, and yeah, you can find out how to join, which officially to join 40 Plus Double Dutch Club, all we ask is that you buy one official t-shirt, and that would be in a t-shirt with your name and your current age on the back. Because again, the whole big deal and the big trick that we have of this movement is that we are 40 and over. Some people say, oh, do you all compete? Do you all go and perform for money or prizes? No, we're doing this for fun, we're doing this for activity, and we're doing this for fellowship. But a lot of times, just the fact that we're out here jumping at our age and doing it pretty well is the trick. So that's why we like to display our names and our age on the back of our t-shirts.
And how old is our oldest jumper?
Our oldest jumper is 88. Is that correct? Yes. And she's from, is she
Lansing.
from Lansing, Illinois? Is that Miss Shirley?
No.
No, that's Miss Joyce.
Miss
I'm sorry.
Joyce. Miss
Miss
Shirley
Joyce
is
is
87.
Okay,
Evergreen
and we
Park.
have Miss Joyce is 88, and Miss Shirley's from Evergreen Park, right here in the Chicagoland area. They are our oldest jumpers. Yes.
And we do have other 80-year-olds throughout the 130, over the 100,
Over 100
subclubs that we
subclubs.
have, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, this is the last question before we wrap.
All right.
Where do you see yourself in the future? And with 40 plus, what are your goals for the movement? Each of you, like, where do you guys see yourselves?
You go first, Mom.
what I see is that all of us have identified some areas that we want to be stronger, and some of those areas just mean that that we are blocking out time for ourselves. So some of the women who came and only stayed 20 or 30 minutes are now staying an hour, and then there's afterplay. So after we have the official closing of the meetups, because the meetups are pretty much standardized with the activities, and then afterplay, they might be doing line dancing, they might be doing more, just all kinds of refinements of some of the things that they found to be fun. So I see that that's growing. I see the fact that we're 501c3 and we're doing more community outreach. I see an expansion of the Jumping Juniors, which is something that 2 or 3 of our very devoted 40 plus double dutchers started because they wanted to see young people catch on to something that they totally don't seem to be that interested in because they're more involved in technology. The world has changed. But what I see is women that are getting healthier, women that were a certain size when they came, that have started engaging their core, which is what I've been told to say instead of sucking it in. They're engaging their core and they're walking around and they're doing that while they're turning and jumping. And they can see that, oh, now I don't wear extra large pants when I order. I'm wearing a large or I'm wearing a medium. So they can even see just in their clothing that things are changing because we don't make a big issue about that. Some of the women who have had health challenges have been told by their healthcare provider that had they not been jumping and walking and moving, that the result of their challenge that they're experiencing would have been worse. So we've had some amazing testimonies in the praise circle about how the fact that they're moving more. And we do have this thing about moving. So even if you're not jumping or hula hooping or hopscotching, we want you to at least move your feet and move your arms. You might as well get some points out of being out. And we do encourage you to wear gym shoes and not flip-flops. You know, we want you to be taking care of your feet also. So those are some of the things that I see that in general, some of the women depend on us bringing them water. And now they know to have water in their car so that they can stay hydrated. So those are some of the things that we're doing that are just making us healthier in general. And I can just see that overall wherever I'm going, and it's just amazing. And everybody is smiling more. You know, they're like, oh, wow, this is cool, you know. So I just like to see the joy that's in the group.
I think you said enough for both of us.
Swan, I'm going to say last thing. Swan said, I would like to see Mama Pelt sell 1 million copies of the Double Dutch
Praise
Diaries.
God.
So talk about that, and then we're going to close for real.
Yes, we are very, very happy to have documentation of this movement that's now in the Library of Congress. I think our book is only 118 pages with 95 colored pictures in it, thanks to our graphic designer, Q Hughes. He was saying, we want women not to just have to read the narrative about the backstory, about the songs, the jingle that was written by Pamela, my granddaughter, her husband, and the fact that we are so embracing information that we don't want to get lost. This is our 7-year anniversary. And so we want people to know where it started, why it started, the impact that it's had on women, positive impact that it's had on women. My dad used to say, if you put something in a book, you're hiding it from people. Well, if you don't put it in a book, you're hiding it. So we want it out there in every
Where is
format
it out there?
possible.
Speaking of, where is it?
Oh,
It's on 40plusdoubledutchclub.org. I didn't mean for you to go and get it literally. So you can find the book, the Double Dutch Diaries.
Double Dutch Diaries, the stories of women behind the ropes. And the good thing about it, when you buy it online, the cost is $30 because it includes shipping and it also includes donation to the No Sister Left Behind. If you buy it on at a meetup, it's generally on sale. So.
And if you didn't know, No Sister Left Behind is the name of our benevolence fund account where we contribute to that. We are a 501c3 organization, not-for-profit. We also have an arm of our organization where we specifically put funds to go toward helping sisters in our movement who may need something, whether it be financial or just support, and the No Sister Left Behind account helps us to do that.
And there's an application process for that we're happy to be a part of.
All right. Well, see you guys next week for episode 7. Who's episode 7 next week?
Miss Pat.
With Miss
Miss
Pat,
Pat.
our
International
who is our
ambassador.
who is our international ambassador and who's also a nurse. So Miss Pat will be on next week, episode 7. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 6 to hear a little bit more about me and to see my mother. And we will see you all next time. Beyond the Ropes, 40plusdoubledutchclub.org. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I didn't get to say no men. No
I thought
pets,
you were gonna
no
do it. I
kids.
thought you were gonna do it. You had the soapbox. You did
You
it.
went too much in detail about the guy. I forgot about it.